بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. A brief look at some of the books which are currently in the Islamic library and Islamic bookstores on marriage. And we want our brothers and sisters to understand that marriage is a part of our religion. It's something that Allah Azza wa Jal mentioned in the Quran. Likewise, our beloved Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned it in the Sunnah, to the extent that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned that he marries, and then he said, فَمَنْ رَغِبَ عَنْ سُنَّتِي فَلَيْسَ مِنِّي. Whoever abandons my Sunnah or opposes my Sunnah, then he's not from me. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was referring to marriage. So, as it relates to the books that are currently available related to marriage, we want our brothers and sisters to understand that those books are basically divided into a number of categories. For one, you have books that are on how to get married, the process of getting married, and what are the steps of getting married. A number of those, or a couple of those, in the marketplace from them, the one by Sheikh al-Albani, Abuz-Zubayr, where Sheikh al-Albani rahimahullah ta'ala speaks about advice for the couple and how to get married and certain things they should avoid and certain things they should do for the marriage ceremony. For the marriage ceremony, Abuz-Zubayr. And there's two prints. There's two prints currently available. These two prints. Another one, which is similarly on the same topic, which is by Sheikh Uthaymeen. Is by Sheikh Uthaymeen rahimahullah ta'ala, and this was translated years ago, the concise manual on marriage. The process of marriage, what a person should look for, and the likes. So that's another one in that regard. Another one more recently made available by Ustadh Abu Adam Jamil Finch, Hafizahullah Ta'ala. And this is a book in which he discusses the importance of marriage, the essence of marriage, the roles of the husband and the wife, the duties of the husband and the wife, before a husband takes another wife, treat the women well. So this is a comprehensive guide on marriage, and it's something which we feel is very beneficial, and it's a workbook. There's questions at the end. So this is definitely, these are definitely a few books that a person should read before marriage. Before marriage, as we mentioned, some of them discussing the ceremony of the marriage, the feast of the marriage, what a man should look for, what a woman should look for, and the likes. These are a few books. So these are before marriage, and there's no harm in a person reading these books and benefiting from them even after getting married. Another category of these books is advice to the women. Advice to the women. And you have the message exclusively for the women by Sheikh Jamal al-Harithi, and he died, rahimahullah ta'ala. Likewise, you have the characteristics of the righteous wife by Ustadh Abu Khadija, Sheikh Abu Khadija, Hafizahullah Ta'ala. You also have another one, the attributes of the righteous wife, taken from the works of Sheikh Abdul Razak. And likewise, a piece of advice or an admonition for the women, also by Sheikh Abdul Razak. So these are more so for the women. And we would advise the women before marriage and during marriage to read these books. Before marriage and during marriage to read these books. Sheikh Jamal al-Harithi, Hafizahullah Ta'ala, Rahimahullah Ta'ala, just like he has a book exclusive advice for the women, he also have a message exclusively for the husbands. So he authored two books. One is for the women and one is for the husbands. So these are definitely two books that we would advise individuals that are interested in getting married, the women, and likewise the men to read before they get married, and definitely after they get married, if they haven't read them, then benefit from these books. You also have books on marital discord. Once again, Sheikh Jamal al-Harithi rahimahullah ta'ala, he has a book on divorces or divorce, its reasons and its cures. So this is a book to read after you get married. Likewise, one recently published by Sheikh Ahmed al-Mazru'i on marital disputes, causes and remedy. So these are definitely things. And a person may say, my marriage is successful, but you want to benefit from these books. You want to benefit from these books, even if you're not married or you're in the process of getting married. This explains to you things you should be cautious of within the marriage. Another is general advice for couples and the Muslim family. And from them, this was translated by Sheikh Hassan Somali years ago, and it's authored by Al-Allama, Sheikh Muhammad Aman al-Jami, rahimahullah ta'ala, the Muslim family. So the structure of the family, what are the roles of the man, what's the roles of the women, and the likes. Another one more recently published, Advice for Rectifying Our Homes. So the importance of rectifying the household, the rights of the wife, the rights of the husband, very, very good. And he also speaks about divorce, its causes and its results or its cures. So this is good for the Muslim. These are, like I mentioned, these are general books on the Muslim family and the home. You also have one printed years ago by our brothers in Canada, Troy, Lessons and Benefits from the Marital Life of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So these are books on the general life of the family and rectification and harmony in the home. That's for the Muslim family. So these were just a few books that we felt beneficial for our brothers and sisters to have in their libraries. Some of these are old, some of these are new, but they're definitely beneficial. And bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, with reading them and understanding them, the Muslim would have greater understanding of the importance of marriage and the rulings pertaining to marriage. Allah knows best. Wa sallallahu wa sallam wa barak ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam tasliman kathira.